Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4, Real Life. I'm Jordan Syatt and I'm training the amazing Alyssa.
What are you talking about? That is my line. Whoa. Welcome back to episode 4 of Real Life. My name is Jordan Syatt. This is the amazing Alyssa, trying to help her lose 47 pounds. In this episode, we are talking about weight fluctuations, and we're also gonna go out to dinner, have an amazing dinner together. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the episode.
What's up, Alyssa?
So this is episode 4 they're watching, but we're a little bit into week 3 of working together.
Week 3.
How's everything going?
It's been good. It's been a little bit of a mind fuckery, if you will. Just because we've had some weight fluctuations that are hard to overcome. It's easy when you see it with someone else and you're like, oh, well, that makes sense for you. But you see it for yourself, it's like, my whole world is falling apart. That's how it feels, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm fucking up in every single way.
Basically, as you'll see in the text, you got upset. You got like, you were like,
I was like, I'm fucking up.
You felt like you were fucking up, and you felt discouraged, and you said to the effect of like, it's hard to not feel guilty about this, and not to mention you're going through a move, right? You're literally moving, which is unbelievably stressful, and you're in a caloric deficit, and like you're coming to see me 2 times a week. There's a lot going on. On one of the days, you ended up having a slice of pizza, and you were like, it's hard not to feel guilty about this, knowing that my weight has fluctuated. Like, this is normal. Like, this is like, relax, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to show you what your weight chart looks like. So this is, and everyone's gonna see this on the screen. This is what it looks like without the trend line. So you can see we started right around here, and you can see like up to that low.
That looks great right
It looks
there.
great, right?
Yeah.
And then you had that really big spike, and you said like 3 pounds, is that normal? And it was like, yeah, totally normal. You've seen me do this. You've seen me you've seen me have way bigger spikes than that for longer periods of time. But it's okay. I think you were just looking for reassurance, and that's totally fine. When someone sees that initial spike without the trend lines, I can understand why they'd be like, oh my God, it's not working. But then when we swipe and now we have the trend line, what direction is the trend line going?
Down.
It's going down.
It's going down. And I think too, like when you do it on yours, it's like so easy. Like, oh, of course Jordan's doing this mini cut. He has all this knowledge, so he knows the ways that he can eat a whole entire pizza and a bottle of wine and how to get back on track because you have all this knowledge. So I think to others, I mean, granted, I have knowledge, but maybe not as much as you do. So it's like, oh, I'm missing the mark somewhere, and that's why my fluctuation's going up.
Yep.
And I think too, like that's why maybe people think, oh, of course Jordan can do this versus maybe the average Alyssa. So, you like that?
The average
Who's Joe?
No, it makes total sense, and that's why I'm glad you were open about it. You spoke to me about it. These fluctuations are normal. We're analyzing your weight fluctuations within these 30 days, but realistically, I don't like to analyze weight within 30 days. I like to analyze weight every 30 days. So what that means is, if we started on January 1, then I wouldn't compare your January 1 weight until we got to February. So I'd compare January 1 to February 1, and I would compare January 2 to February 2. So right now we're looking at these trends, and it's all within these 30 days, but generally the first 30 days is just data collection. And your data collection is pointing to a very good trend line.
And that's where I think I have to mentally give myself some grace, because on the 1st, I think we started working together on the 4th.
Somewhere around there,
on the 5th or something like that. So on the 1st, till now, I'm down like 9 pounds.
Yeah.
But I'm using like the example of when we started. So I need to collect February 4th to have that true exact 30 day, I think is what it'll be, you know, to see, because I didn't think about that. I'm just being hard on myself, thinking like, it's the end of the month, when really I'm shooting myself short on a couple days.
Yes,
you know
exactly. One thing that I wanted to ask you was, so even though you had these big spikes, how was your nutrition? Did you stay on track? Did you say fuck it? Like, what happened?
A little bit of both. I think yesterday it was good because I knew I was gonna be moving, so, you know, got some Chick-fil-A. It's easy to make a healthy choice on the go there. I think the problem for me in these last week and this week. So last week we look at it, okay, my whole house is packed, my whole kitchen's packed.
Yep.
This week I moved, and now I need to unpack my kitchen, so need to go grocery shop and all those things.
Yep.
So just a lot of eating out.
Yep.
Whether it's, hey, I'm making healthy choices, and then, hey, last night I have a pizza, and that was my choice to kind of say fuck it, right? And I didn't track yesterday because I knew like I was gonna be a little, for my mind, overwhelmed. If I'm trying to track on the go consistently, I'm not in my normal regimen. This is kind of what makes tracking in my brain already so difficult.
Yep.
So I think a little bit of both, where it's like, hey, like I was able to put some fiber in my belly, maybe have some berries, maybe my wife go to Target, get me some berries, you know, apples, things like that. But then by the end of the night, moving all these things. I'm like, yeah, I just want a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
You know?
But how are your calories, even with that slice of pizza?
I don't know, because I didn't track.
Now,
So
so you weren't tracking, but like,
if I had to guess, like,
if you had to guess, like an educated guess.
I would probably say they had to be right around 2,000. If I take,
Yeah.
you know, pizza's just already so heavy.
Yeah.
And then a lighter, healthy choice at Chick-fil-A that was probably around 600 calories.
Yeah.
Based off my own knowledge of tracking it so many times before.
And this is why tracking is so beneficial. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
You just have to have a general idea. Think about this. When you're driving in your car, you don't have to look at the speedometer the entire time to know generally what your speed is, right?
Yep.
You generally know because you've seen it, and then you've gone, and then you've seen it, and then you've gone. So you know, like, generally, if you're fucking speeding, or if you're going way too slow, or if you're around the speed limit.
Yeah.
And you can check back every now and then just to make sure, but you're not looking at the speedometer the whole time.
Right.
Same thing with calorie tracking. You don't
That's
need
a
to be
good
looking
point.
at the calories every single meal. The other thing is you had one slice of pizza. It very easily could have been 6 slices of pizza. But because you're generally keeping track and you're aware, it's like, no, I'll have one. And that in and of itself is a major victory.
And I think like that's a positive for me too, just from overall making these healthy changes, even before obviously working out with you. If we look at my last year with losing 50 pounds, I can't even eat that much pizza anymore if I wanted to. So like that's already limiting me.
Yep.
Versus like, oh, I'm having this pizza, I'm about to crush this whole thing. And that might be my mindset,
Yep.
but I can't anymore. So like that's a blessing in disguise for me.
Yeah, that's
To be honest.
And what that shows is you've not only lost weight, you've also improved your relationship with food at the same time. So for you to be able to lose weight and be like, you know what, like I'm good with just one slice, speaks volumes into how much your relationship with food has improved while you continue to lose weight. And this is also one reason why there are so many other things we're focusing on outside of your weight. Your mobility, your
Yeah.
strength, your consistency. Like there are so many non-scale victories that I want you to focus on, because the more you can say, well, I'm improving this, I'm improving this, I'm improving this, the less likely you are to say, fuck it.
Yeah,
Right? The more you can say,
definitely.
like, listen, like my push-ups are getting better. Last time, like I got better at my squats, my deadlifts. Like there's so many things are improving. Why would I say fuck it? Like
Yeah.
it's clearly working in so many different areas. Me saying fuck it is gonna set me back, not just physically, but also mentally. It's going back to a bad habit that will not benefit you.
Right.
So saying fuck it is just never a good idea. Are you ready to work out?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get into it. We're gonna call an audible today. It's our last workout together while we're filming. We'll do more when we're not filming, but it's our last workout together when we're filming. You're on the clock now, Alyssa. We're gonna do an arms day. We're gonna do like a bro day. Alyssa was telling me that.
yesterday
She was gonna do some arm workout, but then it got cut short, so we're just doing an arm workout today. Because you brought up upper body mobility, I want to do a thoracic mobility exercise. Really
Okay.
good. This is really good for shoulder health. And just so you can understand why thoracic mobility is so important for shoulder health, what I want you to do is I want you to round over, right? Just like this. So like bad posture, right? Now from this position, try and raise your arms up as high as you can without, yeah, see, now look at where your arms are. See Mitch where her arms are? That's as high as you can get them. Cool. Now, go good posture. Now bring your arms up. See how much higher they go?
Yeah.
This is a very like simple way of showing you if you have shitty posture and you don't have good thoracic extension, thoracic rotation, your shoulder mobility is inherently limited. Just by getting into good posture with your thoracic spine, you improve your shoulder mobility. So for people who are here a lot, we want to work on extension and rotation. You're gonna sit on your feet, your laces are on the mat. You're gonna get your right arm down on the ground, forearm on the ground, and your left hand, you're just gonna get your fingertips on your ears, and you're going to rotate up and look at the sky and come back down. You're not jerking it. You're gonna be pushing through the ground with this hand and rotate through your upper back. I don't want you to come up here. I just want you to stay on your feet, rotate.
This weight, it was challenging but fun.
I love that. That's the right weight. That's actually really good. The right weight is challenging but fun. That's good. That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it. All right, so we're gonna do a Zotman curl. Yep, so you start here. Palms come up. At the top, they roll over and they come down. So palms up, roll over and come down. All right, so we're gonna do tricep extension here. So you're gonna hold it towards like the bottom of the dumbbell, so you're not at the top, you're gonna hold it at the bottom. Here, and you're gonna let it come all the way back and then up, all right? So I'm gonna want you actually standing, like using this, like you'll stand up and then lean against it.
Oh, whoa.
There we go, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, perfect.
Oh boy.
There you go. Good. One more, come on, last one. Nice job, good job.
Ooh, God. That is serious burn.
Good workout.
Thank you.
Very good job. Any message for the YouTube?
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn. She crushed it. It was a fun workout. It was one of those workouts where we didn't want to stay structured. We just wanted to get some arms in. So it was very intense. It was a hard workout, but it was fun and she did a great job. We're going to a restaurant. And this is sort of like, it's a celebratory thing. I wanna go out, I wanna take her to dinner and have fun and sort of just recap over what we've done over this month and what she plans to do going forward so that we can set her on a good path. But the reality is like, I just wanna have a celebratory dinner. Go out, have some drinks, have some good food and have some laughs. All right, I'm gonna dive into this steak, but before I do, if you wanna figure out how many calories you need to eat in order to lose weight sustainably, I have a free calorie calculator. Click the link in the description, put your name, put your email in. There's no spam. If you wanna unsubscribe, just unsubscribe as soon as you get it, but it's a free calorie calculator to figure out how many calories you should eat in order to lose weight sustainably. All right, let's get into this steak. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're having dinner, and I said this earlier, but the cameras weren't on, so I'm gonna repeat it for the camera, but I'm gonna look Alyssa in the eye. Alyssa, I'm incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
It's been an amazing month. You have blown me away. You have been an inspiration to many, many, many thousands of people. And most importantly, you've become a great friend.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's been an honor and a pleasure and a blessing to be able to spend time with you and to get to know you better. And I could not possibly be more proud of you and more blessed to have this very beginning of our friendship. So I love you.
Thank you. Love you. Thank you so much.
I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
So we're at a restaurant right now, and very briefly to YouTube, we had
Crab dip.
Crab dip.
Lump crab.
Lump crab dip. I'm a little drunk, just a little bit. Just lump crab dip, which was delicious. And by the way, like super high fat, very high calorie. We had garlic stuffed steak. Filet, which is delicious.
Steak. Breast daddies.
Brustaddies, which is Brussels sprouts. But these were like oiled, like these are good.
They definitely weren't healthy.
These are not like low calorie
cheeseburger calories.
No, these are like basically cheeseburger brustaddies. And then we had chicken fried chicken. My first time having that. It was delicious.
It was.
Just fried chicken. So people often ask, what should you eat when you go out when you're in a fat loss phase? And you're still in a fat loss phase.
Yep.
Even though that this is like the end of this 30 days, you're still in a fat loss phase.
Yeah.
What was great about tonight is it's a celebratory dinner and you had the foods you enjoyed. Mainly because you're not going out to eat every night. This isn't your regular, this isn't like you're doing this every night. This is a once in a rare occasion go out. This is not the time to be, oh my God, like I can't have this, I can't have the fried chicken, I can't have this, I can't have that. You enjoyed it and now you move on. And we said earlier, tomorrow the scale's probably gonna be up.
Oh, for sure, it's gonna go up. But I know that this time.
Yes. So how was the dinner overall? How do you feel?
I feel good. It was really good. Tonight was one of those nights where it was a let go night. Like I knew I was gonna get whatever I wanted and I didn't necessarily make a conscious choice.
Or no, you did make a conscious choice. a conscious choice
to eat whatever the fuck I want.
Yes, exactly. You made a conscious choice to eat whatever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah.
Without guilt.
I mean, it was good. I think if I would have came here and I was making a conscious choice, sure, I would have got like the roasted chicken.
Yep.
Which still would have been delicious. But
Yep.
tonight was one of those nights where it's like, I don't give a fuck.
Correct.
Get what I want.
One of the worst things that I think can happen is when you go into a situation like this and you over restrict, and you've already been restricting. And then since you've been restricting, then you over restrict here, you feel like you're missing out. You feel like you can't even enjoy it. And we had I think the best conversation that we've had thus far in our relationship tonight. And I feel like if you had been over restricting, even though the food had nothing to do with the conversation per se, there would have been an undertone of I'm missing out. An undertone of I'm not able to fully enjoy this because I'm so focused on the food that's in front of me or the food that's not in front of me.
It's a mental thing.
It's mental.
Totally mental.
So you've been fighting this mental battle rather than enjoying the amazing conversation that we had back and forth. For you to be able to enjoy your favorite food without guilt, it allowed you to enter the conversation and be present, and then you get home and you can get back on track.
But I think like that's right there where people struggle. I think being able to enjoy yourself, the first thought of it, like, oh, well, that's easy. I can do that. Sure, I'm going to have a meal with friends. I'm going to eat whatever I want. But then it's the tomorrow, I'm going to hop back on track. So I think it's like, what does that really look like? Like, what does that need to look like? And I have a better idea, but I think that's always people's question and what ends back up to just continuously going downhill, and I've done that before, you know?
And I think the scale's probably going to be up tomorrow.
Yep.
And it might even be up the next day, and maybe even the day after that.
Yep.
And people will think, oh my God, so I just lost 3 days of progress? It's like, okay, first and foremost, no. There are many reasons why the scale might be up. It could be sodium overall, stomach content, many different things. In the scheme of your lifetime, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
3 days is nothing. You won't even remember these 3 days when you're 90 years old.
Yep.
Like, you probably, in this conversation, you won't remember when you're 90 years old. This whole day, this whole week, when you're 90, you're like, I don't even remember that fucking year.
Yeah.
But people get so caught up in like, oh my God, it took me 3 days to lose that. Cool. That's fine. And that weight isn't the definition of who you are or what you've accomplished.
Yeah.
It's just there are many reasons why the weight might be fluctuating. But now that you know the weight will be up, you get back on track and there's no rush to lose it. It's just part of the process. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Don't quit. Don't give up. Enjoy yourself. Get back on track. And that's it. There's no point in guilting yourself, shaming yourself. What I will say though is this night, again, is a rarity. You've been on point throughout the rest of this time. Like, you've been crushing it. This night is not the norm for you. And you've been posting on your Instagram. I'll put Alyssa's Instagram right here. Make sure you go follow her. You've been posting on your Instagram recipes you've been having. You've been posting on Instagram the foods that you've been eating. I think when people see a scene like this is what sticks out in their mind. It's like, this is what Alyssa was able to lose all this weight while eating out all the time. No, this is like the first time you really ate out throughout these few weeks. You've had other meals because you were moving. You've eaten out. But like, this is the first meal that you really just let go. You just enjoy. If you're trying to have sustainable fat loss, sustainable weight loss, sustainable lifestyle, it has to be sustainable. And if it's something where you're white knuckling and gritting your teeth through every waking moment and you can't enjoy yourself and you can't enjoy what really matters in life, like this, then there's no way you're gonna be able to sustain it. And even tonight, you didn't eat everything.
No.
I ate everything.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
You were like, I'm full.
Yeah.
And so you had enough. You stopped when you were full. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. You didn't eat just to eat. You enjoyed it. You didn't feel restricted. You're like, yeah, I'm done.
It was so good.
That in and of itself is a huge amount of progress and something important to be aware of, that if someone felt really deprived, they would have eaten everything. They would have been like, I'm eating all of this right now. For you to feel like, no, I'm good. That is improving your relationship with food and improving your body composition at the same time.
Yeah. I have yo-yoed for years, like probably since I turned 21 and gained weight from drinking and being young and dumb, but I've always yo-yoed, and this is the first time for me that it's just made sense. So I think I understand that it's not easy, but it just takes time to clearly understand like what actually you need to go through to make it make sense.
All right, that wraps up episode 4. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Next week, we are going to release a new episode, so make sure, again, you subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on. Follow me here, follow Alyssa here on Instagram. We're gonna do Q&As and we're gonna answer your questions on the next YouTube video, okay? So submit your questions to our Q&As on our Instagram. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.